Hi, how are you? This is so awkward. What's up? Hi, how are you? My name's Miranda. Here's today's drink. And I think this one's gonna be a little heavy, so let's start it off in the tiniest bit more positive light and look at the bow in my hair. Okay. I was at court this morning, and obviously I wasn't wearing this shirt, but I was wearing like a sweater, and it got hot out. So now this, but the bow and the hair, that's because I was in court. Anyway, that's kind of the topic today. But not in like excruciating detail, because I don't know what I'm allowed to say. But the part I want to talk about doesn't matter. So I am working on trying to get an NCO like terminated or modified in some sort of way, and this shit's emotionally exhausting. This whole court case has been going since the end of May. It's currently mid-August, and there's already another hearing scheduled for late August, so it never ends. I have put in 2 NCO requests, like modifying it, you know, and both times they've said no. I will have another chance at the next hearing, but this shit's exhausting because if you don't know, when the sheet that you're filling out to like request for it to, you know, be terminated or modified, there's a section of like, what do you want to do with this, and why should we change this? But obviously to a court, it's gonna be like, they do not give a fuck about the mental health aspects of it. So in trying to convince them, I've been doing absolutely everything I can to like prove that I'm taking these steps that'll be like good, and that like it'll be fine if we speak, and it will be better if we can speak, because the fact that we can't is more hurtful than helpful, you know? But trying to like explain these steps is it's so much all the time, and I've had to already write this twice, but I've written a million drafts, and the next thing I'm gonna have to write is even bigger. But what I've been doing is, I mean, I'm in therapy, I'm forced to be surrounded by family. I went to the WCA, Women in Children's Alliance, and went to go talk about safety planning, and had like a one-on-one class type thing that I went to, which they want to schedule me with a counselor there, like specifically a domestic violence, like specialized counselor. So we'll see if I do that. But also, the woman's name is Lauren that I talked to. She gave me a book to read. Hold up. Let me grab it. Okay. She gave me this book. Why Does He Do That? Inside the Minds of Angry and Controlling Men by Lundy Bancroft. So she gave me this to read. I have not had a chance to start it because today's Wednesday. Literally yesterday I went to go see her, And I, on the thing, I said that I made a new safety plan, which I really meant to, but before that I didn't have therapy, so I just need to, like, write down what it's gonna be and hand it to my therapist so she can make it like an official type of safety plan, you know? But I have done that, so I've done the safety plan in class, and okay, hold up. Okay. Yeah. I've done the safety plan in class. I will very, very soon have the new safety plan. I'm in therapy. I'll probably at least once see that DV therapist, you know, because it would be a good idea. I just don't know if that'll end up being like a thing I'll continuously do, because I already do have a therapist. But because I don't know how the vibe is going to be, so it depends. But I'm willing to give it a shot, you know. So in therapy, I've got a support system around me, and I have taken time and have gotten to a point where I mean, the whole time I wanted him back in my life, but I'm gonna be okay, and like I'm at a place where I'm like, I'm ready to have him back in my life, to be able to speak to him. So, but both times, and me being proactive with it by the last 2 times submitting this form. So now, this is the super frustrating part, which they denied it today, and the next hearing, which is going to actually be in the DB court, I'm going to have a chance to, because the offer in it says stuff about the NCO. I'm not going to get into any more detail about that because I have no idea what I'm allowed to say, but it says something about the NCO. So the judge today, after looking me very dead in the eyes like a few times and just looking so very sad and like actively frowning, like I felt bad. But it's the next hearing's in 2 weeks, so it would theoretically end up being back in place in 2 weeks, you know, depending on how it goes. So it's not completely like worth it, but he was very kind about it, and I asked him what else I could do, because it got around back to my turn to like give my argument, because it was the 2 different lawyers first, and then I was gonna give my argument, and all I could do was say, I mean, from how this is looking and how it's sounding, it's just not gonna happen. So what can I do? You know, like, what do I have to do so this will work out, you know? And this is so frustrating. Like, oh my god. I'm doing all of this, that's like a pretty decent, like, they'll probably consider because of this, but because we've not even had the like trial hearing, like it's just been this whole thing, he hasn't shown anything that they want to see some development or change on his side first, which I can understand, but it's frustrating because it's like, I mean, the whole situation is so emotionally exhausting, and it hurts, and it's like the worst thing I've ever been through. But doing all of this stuff is, I mean, it is helpful and it is stuff I should be doing, but continuously like fighting for this and just getting rejected over and probably next time so and over again. And it's draining because it's constantly on my mind, because it takes up a lot of my time, and a lot is so dramatic because I spend a decent amount of time trying to write about it as well, which is why it feels like a lot of time. So honestly, I'm complaining when it's my fault. But it's draining. It's impossibly draining. Like, it's really sad that, I'm fighting so hard for this, and it's just because of his side that it's not working out. Which I don't think is his fault, because we haven't had the, actual trial. I don't think he's had those, assigned group therapy and, therapy and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if he's in that yet, because it might not be until, he's actually it's actually a decided thing. So, I kind of get it, but it's still, because it's all the time, and I don't want to do this anymore. I want everything to just be fine again. Anyways, the next one, I don't have to submit another form because it's going to be the actual trial. I'll have time to, apparently, I don't have to, but I can, and I should. I don't have to, testify about what happened, they know, especially if he pleads guilty. I don't have to go on the stand and say it in front of them again, because they know, obviously, but, but I will have a chance to speak and, make a request or two, because I've been really involved, not really as dramatic, but I've been involved in what this, at least the offer, was, because there was kind of two choices, and turns out victims have the right to know everything and give that type of input. I don't know. I don't know. I am only kind of aware of what's going on. But this chance to calm down. This chance to speak is I need to talk about how this entire event has impacted me. Which just means it's not even 2 weeks away. It's a week and a half away instead of 2. So for how long it has taken me to write any of these, even the shortest little thing on the NCO stuff, it'll take me that almost at 2 weeks, or at over a week, to figure out what to say, because you have to word this shit so specifically if you want to even have a chance, because if you're too emotional in it, they're just gonna tell you to fuck off. Basically, they would not say that. Every single judge, as I have talked, it looks so sad. So that doesn't, it's such a strange moment that they're frowning at me like that, my bad. No, that's not how it is. I get it, but it's though I did see, it was not this past one, it was the one before, that there was a girl that was also had an NCO request. I keep saying NCO, it's a no contact order if you don't know, but it was her giving a request to terminate hers with her boyfriend, that apparently their event had happened maybe a week before, it was not very long before, and it was devastating listening to her that. It was so sad, and it kind of shocked me into reality for a minute, but oh my god, it just broke my heart. So I do understand why they all just frown at me. It feels like they all look at me like I'm a three-legged dog, though. Anyways, I need to write about the impact, and that's going to be a whole thing. And a little over a week is not enough time to describe how the past almost 3 months of my life have been. This hell. Man, you decide to call the cops and defend yourself the one time out of all of the times that somebody hurts you, and then it's like life is worse now. Like, I shouldn't have. I regret it. I regret calling and telling them that, you know, sorry that the man strangled me, you know, and it made life worse, and now it's going to be the next 6 months, if not longer, of my, well, because theoretically, if depending on whatever happens, is he'll have probation, which will probably be 2 years long from what my research has done about. I've been very hyper fixated on this, that I've done research, so it'll probably be like 2 years, which means this, because there will be like occasionally these checkups at the courthouse where it's like him and his probation officer, and it's to make sure that he's doing everything, and I don't know, being a good boy about it all, you know? And I'm allowed to go to those, and I probably will go to all of them, which means this shit is gonna be at least the next 2 years of my life. I'm gonna be consumed by this, because I don't think I'm gonna let it go that soon. It's gonna take me like a decade to, you know, stop feeling guilty for abuse. I do feel bad though, like, though I don't think I think the strangulation charge is gonna be dropped, but we'll see. I just need to start writing my speech for how this has impacted me, and I haven't been writing enough stuff down. I wish I didn't have time right after it happened, like for the first month, to journal almost anything, and I kind of wish I did, because it would be helpful. Anyways, let's all hope that the next hearing goes, making it that we don't have to keep doing this every 2 weeks. Except for if they deny the NCO thing, I'm gonna have to keep sending in ones and then dragging both of us to the courthouse, because I'm allowed to submit as many as I want. So we'll see. I just want to speak to the man. I'm talking in circles. It's just been a crazy amount today. Because directly after this, like, I got out of the courthouse and had therapy like an hour and a half later, so I wasn't gonna drive. I was already downtown Boise, and my therapist is in Boise, so I'm not gonna drive all the way back up to Meridian just to turn around and drive back to Boise. So I was just in this parking lot for a while, and then I went to therapy directly after, so it's just like heavy emotional shit all in one day. So it's been really fun. These also are all at like 9:30 in the morning. Some of the first like 1 or 2 were at like 8:30, but these are all at 9:30, and this shit has been bothering my brain so bad that I absolutely cannot sleep most of the time. So it's like I'm running on 2-3 hours of sleep. When they talk to the defendants, they always ask them if, you know, they're under the influence of like drugs, alcohol, prescription medicine, and I want to know, I should ask that whenever I get to talk, I don't know if they're going to end up asking me that, but it's like I take my mood stabilizer. Do I just not take my pills that day? But then I'm not going to be chill. I'm going to be freaking out, and I'm already freaking out most of the time that I'm there, because if you do not know, being in a courtroom is awful and anxiety inducing. Obviously. But God, I don't know what room the next one's gonna be in. I should figure that out. I have a little while too though. What's up? Okay. Just the toaster. I shouldn't let you up here. Okay. Anyways. I do not recommend any of this. What do you want? Sorry, it's the cat. This shit sucks, and life is worse now. And everybody treats you weird after something like this happens. Everybody treats you weird. Everybody speaks to you oddly. Again, it feels like everybody's looking at you like you're a three-legged dog, which is just irritating. And a lot of people say just like weird shit. I've had people come back into my life now that they learned about this that are like hitting on me, and it's gross. What makes you think that that's like the move when this shit happens? You're like, perfect. I should make my move. What? It's such a choice, you know? It's just insane to me. Oh my God. I've spoken about these friends before. I really hate it though. I did one person that's done this before, when it was like when I got broken up with a different time, this friend who had stopped talking to me when I started dating that person, after we broke up, he was like, oh my God, hey, and hit me up, you know, and I was kind of like, eesh. And then this time when that happened, I just immediately, because it was like the day our lease ended, I get a text being like, hey, how are you? Like, are you good? I heard stuff happened. And I was like, legitimately, I do not want to speak to you. I do not want to be your friend if you are only going to be in my life when I'm like single. And obviously, for some reason, men think that this means that they will have a chance. Dude, it's so fucking weird and upsetting. Men are gross and awful, and avoid them at all costs. Don't go to court unless you absolutely have to. Do defend yourself. If you need help, you need help. Like, get help. But I hope that you'll never have to be in this situation, is a better way to say that, I guess. God. I am tired. Okay, I think that's all for now. Maybe I'll have more, I don't know. I just wanted to share.